Afternoon, Facebook friends and chamber friends. It's Friday. It's sunny out. Not quite warm yet, but we're outside anyways. Boyd Smith, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Boyd's with TechKnowledgey, Inc. We're going to get to learn a little bit more about him here as we walk and talk on a Friday. We're outside. We're right next to another chamber member inside accounting, but to kind of give you a little peek of where we're at. So, Boyd.
Yeah, we're over here on West Lincoln Avenue, kind of like to call it Main Street. You know,
Yeah.
Got a nice street of businesses over here, and
a lot of office, some dentists, a lot of good places to be at.
A lot of good places here. So we moved out here in 2009.
2009.
When we first started, we had offices second floor on Main Street, and
Right.
it was great being downtown, but it was deliveries were a little bit of a pain. Yeah.
I can imagine with some of the products you guys deal with.
Yep.
Second floor would be
second floor, big heavy tech equipment. Yeah, that was so we corrected on that.
So you do kind of have a cool space, and talk a little bit. We got the park right behind you. That comes in handy, I would imagine, in your office.
Yeah, Pringle Park. That's my outdoor office. That
Okay.
Once the weather breaks like this, you'll see me. I'll just see miles and miles.
Just
pacing,
walking and talking.
That's what we do. It's really enjoy. Goshen Parks does a great job with that.
Yeah, they do. And so it's kind of a neat little thing for your office, so your employees get to enjoy a little bit as well.
Yep, definitely.
So you mentioned in 2009 you moved here. TechKnowledgey started in
07.
07. So what made you want to start TechKnowledgey?
It's the calling I had on my life. I fell in love with the Goshen community, and my employment situation was kind of reached a ceiling of where I could go at the time, and so I knew that the lessons in business and entrepreneurship were my path.
Sure.
And so whenever you have a calling on your life, you need to get about doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what led to it.
So tell everybody what TechKnowledgey does. What all services do you provide?
IT services for businesses.
Okay.
Businesses. I just have a passion for helping businesses out because tech is something that they have to manage. It's something they have to deal with, but it's something they really don't understand.
Sure.
So I want to get on their team. I want to help them understand that. And then technology today, the world is full of nefarious actors. Every time you check CNN or anytime you check Fox, you're hearing about some business getting broken into, Russia messing with this or that,
Sure.
China messing with this or that. That stuff shows up in Goshen. That stuff shows up in
It happens
business
to anybody.
service. It happens to everybody, and so I don't like to see good men and women get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So the network security part of our business is very important, very near my heart to make sure that I don't want some nefarious person from afar interrupting somebody's deal they work so hard on.
I had a chamber friend of mine that had their whole system hacked from a foreign country, and it was a nightmare for them. It took them about a month to get everything back. So it happens.
So that's just the world that we live in. So if businesses are running without a solid tech team, it's a really dangerous place to be.
Sure.
IT is a team sport, and every business needs their professional advice, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You need an accountant on your team. You need the right legal team around you. You need the right tech person on your team. And if you're going to run a business and be able to be clear and do the deal.
Tell us about your team, right? You have the team assembled, but let us know about your team.
Yeah, so our team, of course, we have IT technicians, and they're the core of our team that run out there every single day, taking care of customers and running in here too. I'll walk you guys back to the tech room in a little bit. I've also got in-house operations and accounting people, in-house marketing and sales. It's a really awesome little business. We really focus on our team here at TechKnowledgey. That we've got somewhat a legendary interview process that we go through. That we choose our team members really carefully. That just added another tech to my team just 2 weeks ago, and interviewed 100 guys.
Wow.
On the right guy, and that's the care that we take to make sure that we get the right fit and
fit your culture,
right,
fit what you
right,
have here.
right fit for our culture and our customers.
Yeah. So what type of businesses do you serve? What type of anybody that has need, or?
Yeah. Our core business is that business that is privately held, doing tens of millions of dollars a year in revenue. So it could be a manufacturing business, could be a transportation business, could be a professional services business, but that business that has 50 to 100 employees, measuring revenue in the tens of millions, privately held. We don't. Wall Street traded companies,
Right.
they have internal IT departments, are the size of our business, but we provide those services to them. But the way that we're set up with our service delivery model, we have a service delivery model that allows me to offer the same product, the same quality to smaller businesses as well.
Sure.
So that business that has a handful of employees, they're running on the same systems, they're being run with the same care, they're being run on mission control, the same thing as that business that's throwing down tens of millions of dollars of revenue.
Right.
And so we're very elastic.
Okay.
The key thing is we serve businesses. So
Sure.
whether that business is a individual person, that's kind of an outlier for us, but that professional that needs professional service, we can care for them. But that core is that.
How to be able to adapt that too. And so
and we've been working really hard the last couple of years to have that elasticity instead of just products to serve bigger businesses.
Sure. And so, for say I'm a small business, right? Next week is National Mom and Pop Week, right?
Yeah.
So mom and pop stores. How is that conversation with somebody that just maybe doesn't grasp the full potential of IT, or or even the ramifications of not having protection? How does that conversation go?
Yeah, well, conversation starts with understanding the essentials, right? So the essentials are you have to have somebody on your team, and then we throw the essential software on there. So we're keeping you up to date, we're keeping you maintained. We throw some endpoint security on there, and that's updated and that's maintained. Then on top of that, we'll throw a backup in there. So if any size of business, if you got somebody on your team to take care of stuff, you got somebody watching it to make sure it's maintained, you know where your help's coming from, you've got some protection against the nefarious Russians trying to wreck our deal, right? So got some good friends that are Russians that are really laugh at that. But and you have a backup if all else fails. You can rest easy at night.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and that's got to be the peace and the knowing that your stuff's backed up, the cloud, all that kind of stuff is taken care of. So
and that's one of those things that a couple of years ago, when about 2 years ago, we made the decision to really start working on a marketing program. Started off by interviewing our customers. So we went around and I was like, why do you do business with technology? Why us? And I was kind of hoping as a tech entrepreneur that hear something that you guys are cool, right? You guys are cool, or you guys are innovative, or to a man and to a woman, what they came back and said is, boy, when you're running the deal, when technology has the ball, we don't worry. We don't worry about a thing. We know that we're cared for. And then when the big crisis happens, whether it's usually a crisis in the business, like a merger, a big sale. Key personnel leaving, you guys are calm and good under pressure, and we don't worry about a thing when you have the ball. We know you got your back, and so after I wiped my tears from that, came to terms I'm not Elon Musk, but, I am.
We're all Elon in our own way, absolutely.
And so that was really cool, and so that's I feel good that our customers have that peace.
Sure. That's awesome. I think you said you wanted to walk a little bit around here, so we'll go. But tell us a little bit more. What outside of technology? What do you guys get into? What's some of your passions as a company? And
well, one of my, you mean on the personal side or community side, or
both? Business?
On the personal side, I really love aviation. I'm a private pilot. I do a service with Civil Air Patrol, so when small planes go down, our squadron spins up. We put on our jet teams and we go out there and help people. So, that's a lot of fun. Here locally, been on the fair board and directed the 4-H Fair Parade for a number of years. I'm looking for somebody to pass that on to now. Done a lot of service and mission work all over the world. I think I've been to 24 countries. Doing various things, and technology has enabled us to hopefully leave the world in better shape than we found it.
Yeah, it changes all the time, so you're able to provide that. What are we missing, or what are some things that we haven't covered? That's I always throw that out to everybody, because we've talked a little bit about things. What are some things you want to make sure you get across about technology?
We've got your back. We practice what we preach. We're relationship driven. We're business focused, and You know, it's stuff like this. You know, you keep this up on the screen. That every
Sure.
one of those red dots is a pretty bad internet attack. You know, every one of those, you know, lines coming across.
So,
that's
so
somebody-
these are bad internet attacks right now, and going
these are
around.
in-process internet attacks all over the world right
Look
now.
at that.
And this is what we show up to protect people from every day. You
Sure.
know, I don't want good businesses held hostage by this. You know,
So that's where they're headed to. Is that what that is?
that's where they're heading from, taking place right now.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
You know, earlier today it was saying that there was 500,000 active attacks going on the products that we run to protect businesses with. 500,000 in 1 minute.
Wow.
So businesses can't afford to
Sure.
think that they're not part of the world. Once you plug into the internet, this is everything
this is
you're
what
dealing
can
with.
happen,
And you need
yeah.
somebody on your team. to
Man,
help
this,
you
I'm,
deal with it.
I'm glad this was behind my head. That
Yeah.
is something to
Yeah.
really take in and take a
And then
part.
over here, this is Gwen.
Hi,
And, so, you know, so Gwen's one of our technicians,
Sure.
and she runs mission control for us all day long. So
It
I mean,
looks
you know,
like
we just got
four screens
computers and that's a light day.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's one of those things
Yeah.
that the way we run our business, you know, every customer of ours, you know, has a product, and you know,
Right.
we're watching that from here in mission control.
Sure.
So, you know, we should know about the problem before you do.
Right.
And at least when the problem comes up, we know what it is, and then, you know, we're on the phone with you. You know, how do you want us to address this? So,
Fascinating industry
yeah.
for sure.
So,
Well, I do appreciate the time taken with us on a
Thanks for
Friday.
coming out, yeah.
It's great to get to know a little bit more about what you guys do. Thanks for joining us this Friday. We'll see you back next Friday. Again, it's National Mom and Pop Week. Boy, you're a mom and pop. So you fit into that category too. You have a mom and pop
Yeah.
too. So we'll see you next Friday. Another walk and talk.
Take care.
Yeah.